Morning, guys. I'm down here at Garrett State Forest. We are going to do the rock maze today. My daughter is with me over there covered up. It is raining cats and dogs, but this was the vacation I planned, and so I only have one day to do it. So we're gonna head somewhere else after this. We're gonna sit in the car and wait for it to stop raining a little bit, or at least slow down. Yeah. Crossing my fingers. Okay, this is the trail today. Go for waterproof boots, and we're gonna head back into the swamp, trying to find this rock maze that I've seen so much of online. It's a pretty short walk back to it. I think it's like 1/8 of a mile total. Seems like the rain slowed down just a tiny little bit, but that doesn't mean that we're going to be safe. We're still walking through all this muck and mire, but there are some pretty mountain laurels on the way back. It's very, very muddy. Should soon be back to them. Okay, we made it back here. We're starting the rock maze. It's still raining. I put my bottle down so I remember where the exit is. And there's a tiny, cool little mushroom down inside the stump. Here we go. That's my daughter. That's how big the rocks are. This is just the start of it. Hopefully I can get enough filming in today with all this rain. I mean, it is really pouring. Back here in the woods, it's a little bit better. Check these out. The roots growing out of the rocks. Awesome. You just walk down and you pick a trail. Look. Up there on top, it's where the rhododendrons are supposed to be growing. Put my hat back up. What a day! You can see down underneath of here how far it goes in underneath. Pretty cool. There's different ways to go around these rocks. This is the first path to the left. And you can see the backside of this tree growing out of the rock. Wow. Would have been much nicer if it wasn't raining. And we're up to this part. You go into these cool trees, and they go back pretty far. There you go. Let's go over here. All these cracks and crevices. I don't know where she went. Perspective. Did you hit the red button? Roots growing out of the trees and the ends. See if we cross in here. Look at that. It's in there. Big old tree growing up through there. Wow. We got little caves and stuff underneath of them. You take it now. Follow you. There's my daughter walking through ahead of me. But just look how cool this is. You have a whole forest, a rhododendron forest above you. There's just cracks and crevices and ways to walk. You could totally get lost in here. Let's go down this creepy little walkway. Oh, this is so cool. Wow. If it wasn't so rainy out, this would be extra special. And got holes on the sides, little caves that go back in. That one I can't even see the end of. Guess I'm getting my pants wet. Short people. Butt scoot. Wow. And you could probably go back in through there if you were thin enough. There's a crack that goes the whole way back in through. Wow. Up there to the forest on the top. And going around the edges here. In the back. Oops. There's where we just came from. Going around the back side of this one. Look at all these rocks. Wow. I just wish I could. They just don't show up as immense and awesome as they do in real life. Look at these ledges that go. You could sit on them, walk on them. You're walking under the ledges. These just really old trees and stuff. How far out that one goes. I'm not even sure where my daughter is at this point. Lots of caves and walkways. This is the one we saw from the other side. If you were real thin, you could squeeze right through there. Just trees growing out of the rocks. I don't know exactly where she's at, but I heard her voice from over that way. Check these out. Wow. I think I'm gonna head back that way. Yeah. I think she's a little bit lost. I told her how I got here. Waiting for her to come around the edge here. Hopefully she finds her way. But since we're the only ones here today, I think we'll be able to hear each other. You know, there she comes. Little figurine. Now I'm gonna head back in there. Back to the next rock. Do have to watch your footing somewhat. There's just passageways and pathways, and you can get on top of these rocks and walk around, and some people film people from the top walking down through. Just like little shelves. See, I could totally live here. The kitchen shelf. Cover from the rain. Hang my laundry right there. Wow. I think we may have reached the end, and this would be the last rock here. And there's all these beautiful mountain laurel plants or trees out here. Now we got to find our way back out. Hopefully we won't get lost. Here's the shelf. Shortcut. So this is an all-natural formation. This is not in any way man-made, and I had seen it on YouTube once or twice, and it just looks so fascinating. I had to come, whether it was raining or not. And I think we hit up most of the rocks here. Because of the rain, we didn't get on top of them, but you can walk on top of them and look down, and I know that looks pretty amazing too. Okay, we made it through that wet, rainy, mucky trail. It was really cool to see the rocks, but I really wish it would have been a nicer day. And it was cool to have my daughter along. We're going to head out to another trail, and that'll be on a separate video. Hope you all are having a nice rainy weekend, or during the week it is. I hope you're having a nice rainy week, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.